and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We're arriving at our destination shortly.
Well, hello, welcome to the latest episode of AX3 Show. My name is Greg. I'm going to be your trusted internet pilot on this here flight today, and it is a good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good day because if you own the BIGGY 146 Professional from Just Flight and you bought it from the Microsoft Store in the game, you can now download that mug because it's now native 2024, and I have been waiting and waiting and waiting for this to come out, and it's finally out. Bear with me 1 second. I need to do one thing real quick. I need to finish uploading my flight plan to SimBrief. Give me 1 second. I did my best to get this done beforehand, but didn't work out that way. Give me 1 second. Well, I've been trying all day to do this flight. All day. All right, what's it? CA. Come on, where the fuck is it? Okay, B463. Okay. 63. Let's put that in. So we have B163. No, B463. Then we have United is going to be our call sign, and then our tail number is November 5220 Gamma Echo. We have a gray airplane today, so let's put that in. Yeah, I've been trying all day to get to this flight, but just how it normally is in my life, it is very hectic today. All right, so we don't have to say the Echo. Okay, all right, 522. Okay. So that's done. Let me get correct flight attendant. Yeah, I needed to get my emissions tested, and I've been working on getting it done now for been a long time. I've really been working on it for about 1.5 years now. I just it needed some work to it, and I just couldn't afford. Really, I just couldn't afford all the work. So, anyways, so I finally got it all taken care of and got all that situated today, and I think I have some sort of rodent or mouse or something scratching in the wall next to me. So right next to me, hang on, let me turn on the sound of the game. It's loaded here. Yeah, right next to so if I turn to my right, I have my 2 monitors for work and my whole work setup, and then right behind that is like a little utility closet that's got the furnace, the hot water heater, some other items for the heating and air conditioning system are in there, you know, duct work and pipes and stuff like that. And then on the other side of that is the washer and dryer. Now I live in a duplex, so it's this floor, and then the one above us, which is the, you know, where the bedrooms are and all that. Well, you know, I don't keep a neat house, but like my house is far from dirty. You know what I mean? Like, give me 1 second. Let me turn the lights on outside, and then we'll go ahead and we'll take a walk around this airplane and take a look at it. Yeah, I am far from keeping the house dirty, but you know, this time of year when it gets really cold outside, I mean, animals do look for shelter, and I'm aware of that. Like, you know, and I've had problems in the past, but I've never heard it like right next to me before. It is really freaky, like when you hear like the scratching and clawing like right next to you. It doesn't put a custom tail number on here. I should change this in, should I be that much of a geek? Yeah, I will. Let me, you know what? Let me change this. Here, we'll do it together. I'll be a geek. Let's, geek. All right, let me go to SimBrief. Let's view the flight. Let's edit this, and we are going to change our registration to November 615 Alpha Whiskey. I don't want to save it. I don't want to generate is what I wanted. Okay, now that I did that, I need to this screen real quick and go into SimBrief Downloader. Download these now to... Very good. That's now done, and I will re-upload it to the tablet here in a moment. Hang on, I just gotta write this down real quick. Need to log into SimBrief real quick and change the tail number and see if that adjusts. Okay, you hit it, and we have 615 Alpha Whiskey. We do have 615 Alpha Whiskey, and then it's United 5 Alpha Whiskey. So that's good. You know, I was looking for GSX on the banner up top here, but you know what? I still do not see it anywhere. Like, I don't know when GSX is gonna... I guess maybe because it's not native to 2024 yet. Maybe that's why. Alright, so we geeked out. We got November 615 Alpha Whiskey now. Yeah, man, this is the Bay 146-300. Finally native in 2024. It's pretty good to me. Let's get in this thing. Just play around with buttons and shit here, and let's see if all this stuff still works. Yeah, all these buttons still work. The radio, can we still interact with that? Yes, we can. Can we interact with all the lights up here again? Sure can. Very nice. Can we still make coffee and hot water? We sure can. Oh shit. All right, let's go save our seats real quick, and then we'll get this airplane rolling. Now, I do have the AI checklist ready to go for Sayintentions, but we're not going to use it. It just takes too long. we're going to try to burn through this checklist as quick as we can, because if I have my way about it, like if I get done this flight quick enough, I really do want to do one of those little missions in the Quasar and fly that bitch. So we have Shift F5 to save you. I doubt I'm going to have time to get to it tonight. But yeah, so like the little rodent, so I talked to my landlord, and he's gonna have somebody come out on Wednesday. Now, thankfully, I had some mouse traps already in the house. You know, just because it's smart to have those. it is when you live in areas that get cold. And then I also have like those repellent balls. They're like peppermint. Some peppermint and something, maybe with something else, eucalyptus maybe, and it comes with like they're each individually wrapped in plastic, and then they give you like a little baggie like to put it in. You take it out of the plastic, put it in this little cloth bag, zip it up, and so I've been using those, and thankfully it's been keeping the pests at bay. But today they came back, and I just threw balls in there like the other day. So I'm glad that my landlord's got somebody coming out, because there's definitely something, and I don't think it's in the house. I think it's scratching on the floor underneath the house. And that's kind of to me what it sounds like. It sounds to me like it's coming from underneath the house. All right, let's make sure that all of our seats are saved. Or at least a couple of them. All right, that works for me. I do want to do one other thing. So you know what? Let me put, can I put eco? Let's see here. Go. Sure can. Excellent. Oh my God. I love you. I love you, Flo. Yes. Yes. Excellent. And this other one should still be trim. Reset all trims. Very good. All right. So we have a couple options for the checklist today. We can do checklist in here. Let me just pull in the flight plan real quick. Now they're essentially, I really think that these are pretty much the same checklists. We don't really have to use a checklist. I've started this airplane up plenty of times. Like I think I remember pretty much. It's almost identical to the RJ. But they do have the checklist in here. Okay. And then they also do have it here as well. The tech log check, gear, lever down. So we can start doing this. Let me get connected to GPU. And then once we get the batteries and shit turned on. Okay, so gear down, radar off. Once we get the batteries on, we'll go ahead and start loading everything up. Here we can just landing gear. Gear is down. The radar is off and up to 15. Responder stamp. Now I did opt for the newer navigation system, so we are gonna be using that one instead. Okay, flaps are up, air brakes up. That account is not past due, motherfucker. I just made a payment today, bitch. All right, so let's go ahead and put the non-smoking sign on first. Nav lights high and int. Put the battery on. Turn on the external power. Check our ampage. Okay, very good. Your park and brake is set. Park and brake selector yellow and engage the parking brake. Okay, park and brake is engaged. Let's go ahead and pull our flight plan in here. Make sure this is in pounds, which it is. Excellent. Go to... Do I need to do anything with this? Oh, okay, very good. That's all working. All right, aircraft, import. All right, let's see if GSX does this or not. That I could have sworn that the GSX shortcut was control. I mean, it was alternate S. It might be Shift S. Nope, that's slew mode. Control S. Alright, fuck it. Let's just see what happens. So refueling is working. Come up here. Setting.
State saving enabled.
And I do want to turn off the co-pilot. As far as being able to see the co-pilot. There we go. That'll help with the frame rate probably. Alright, well let's see what happens. Oh, it looks okay, so it is fueling. Okay. Just not doing GSX, which is fine. Alright, let's turn all the master switches on. But I'm not really pressed to use GSX on 2024. If it's available, I'll use it. Alright, master switches. Ground ignition is set to both. Anti-skid is on. The spoiler's yellow and green both on. DC bus tie. AC and DC bus tie both auto. Standby inverter and standby generator. Let's arm those. They're already armed. Generators 1 and 4 are off. Galley and shed lights at the galley. Alright, APU generator on. Fuel pump you on. Engine fire handles in. Test them all. Oh, that's overspeed. That works. That works. All right, looks like everything is working. Start the APU up. APU is good. Put the APU air impacts on. And we'll do fresh air for now. Alright, landing gear, we have all 3 lights on. We already did the... That's just now for that. Overhead enunciators, let's test them. That all works well. Alright, ground test, see ground. Alright, we already did all that. Let's see here. a DC pump. Fine. Arm the flight deck. Let's take a look at our tablet to see if we can load our people in yet. Oh, look at that. That's cool. All right, let's do passengers now. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I didn't think we'd be able to use GSX. Let's turn that off. Refueling complete. We adjust the tunes. At least the volume of it. Sound goes down quite a bit when we close the door. All right, let's turn on the yaw dampeners. And let's turn on the oxygen. All right, let's get our IFR clearance. Did all that. Did all that. Okay, very good. Yeah, let's contact see what ATIS is. 134.825.
Advise on initial contact on information call. Newark Liberty International Airport, information call. 21510. Arriving runway.
Right, so we have 118. 118.85. Newark Liberty United 615 Alpha Whiskey requesting IFR clearance to Ronald Reagan. We have information golf.
I'll have your clearance in just a second. United 5 Alpha Whiskey cleared to Reagan. Radar vectors BIGGY, then is filed. Climb and maintain 3000. Expect 16,010 minutes after departure. Departure on 127.6 squawk 5552. Expect runway 22 right.
I think there's a way to bring this into the system here using, well, maybe, hang on. Let me read this back to him. Clear to Reagan, radar vectors Biggie, then it's fog, climb, maintain 3000, expect 16,000. 10 minutes after departure on 127.6, squawk 5552. And roger that on runway 22, right, United 5 Alpha Whiskey. Right.
United 5 Alpha Whiskey, read back correct. Contact ground on 121.8 when ready.
1.8 is right there. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to... Okay, no worries. It's easy enough to flight plan. Alright, so we have KEWR.
Welcome aboard United Airlines, flight 5220, departing from Newark Liberty International Airport, heading to Washington Reagan National. We kindly ask that you take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins
Interesting.
or under the seats.
Key is not active.
If you need any assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to any member of our crew. Thank you for choosing to fly with us today.
Alright, and then we have Biggie. And we have V3.
Cabin crew, arm doors and cross-check.
MXE. Execute. And we have our arrival. We have Clipper. MXE, and we're supposed to be running on runway 1. Alright, excellent. So we have our legs. No discontinuities, so that's good stuff. Ah, I stand corrected. Alright, let's get rid of this vector. Execute. Now that should get rid of discontinuities. Very good. The flight plan is good. Index. Position initialization looks okay. FMS frequency hold. Nothing about fuel or anything, huh? That's very strange. I mean, that's okay. It's just strange. Don't they usually have, like, fuel and shit? Database, route menu, about, mod set. Data link, status, frequency hold. No, I don't see anything about performance. That is really weird, isn't it? Alright, well, fuck it. Let's go, man. Let's do it, boy. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's close up our door. Alright, that was a little gay just now. My bad. Alright, so... let's see here. We have... departure briefing is complete. These are on... no, they're not. One. Brake pressure. Let's check our brake pressure. 2500. Fuel center transfer auto. Ice detection on. Gas and seatbelt signs on. Fuel quantity is looking good. If you want to set the data recorder, you can. It's over here. An old style one where you put in the day, the month, the year, and all that shit. Alright, altimeters, let's sit them and cross-check them. Room is ready to back up. You have 30.22. Let's set our speed bugs. Turn this on and then test it. We probably should adjust this kind of stuff, but I've never needed to. I've never had it fail on me before. Like I probably have. I would think a couple hundred hours in this airplane at this point. I would think, like, over all the times I've flown this thing, like. All right, engine starting. Okay, let's go ahead and close up shop and get clearance to back up. Let's make this small again. It's so big. All right, let's do ground 121.8. Newark ground, United 615 Alpha Whiskey requesting pushback and engine start clearance. It does put our info in here, though. That's pretty cool.
United 5 Alpha Whiskey, pushback and engine start approved, tail southwest.
That info I put in. This I put in on like the main screen where you can choose like tail number and all that stuff when you're uploading everything. You know, when you're typing in like the. You choose the airplane, you go to library or livery, and then you choose the identification. That's where you could do all that. I'm sure you all know it already. I don't need to tell you that. That's smart. All right, now we could use Sayintentions for the pushback, but we're not going to. We're going to use the pushback system here. Let me just look at before starting. Safety checks, thrust levers, hydraulics are off, fuel panel. Pressurization set, ice detect on, lights, aircon, fast seatbelt signs, fuel, light ID, altimeters. Okay, beacon light on, APU generator set. Okay, PAX and APU air off. Okay. Connect. Feet on the brakes. Use the parking brake.
Cabin is secure.
And let's try to push back. All right, they're raising us up. All right, beacon on. APU pack and air off. You didn't start pushing yet? Come on, bitch. Go. Aren't you pushing, dude? All right, let's try this again. I got my feet on the brakes. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm not going to spend all night doing this. We'll just go into slew mode. Actually, that's what we're going to do. All right, fuck this. Okay, put the parking brake back on. Let's finish turning this bitch on. Oh, here, we'll just use the checklist here, I guess. Okay, beacon light, that's good. Okay, engine ice all on. Start all the fuel pumps on. EMS is off. Yep, it's off. Engine start master is on. Well, it will be here in a second. Okay, normal. Alright, start switch. Let's move you to number 4. Good sound when you're trying to start up the engines. Have N1. N2 is at 10%. Let's put some oil. Put some fuel in this bitch. Okay, let's do number 3. Once we get to 10 on N2 here, we can introduce fuel. number 2 after that? 1, okay, 2. This would be a very long checklist if you really were doing it like in real life. Like with another pilot calling shit out to you like we have set up right now with Sayintentions, like that would just be ugh. I mean, I guess if you really want to like pretend like you're doing this in real world, I guess that would be kind of cool, but that would just seem like very mundane. Mundane would be a word I would use to describe it. Right, that one's almost stabilized. So number 1. In the meantime, let's turn on our flight directors. And we need to turn on RNAV so we can do our flight plan. That all works. Okay, so start power, let's go normal. That's fine. Start both off. Okay, engine anti-ice, we can leave that off for now. Put back on both, shit. I gotta take this call. I gotta pause this for a second. All right, I'm sorry about that. I'm back. Yeah, I'm not going to really get into it because it's nobody's business. But my daughter is not going to be home for a while, and that was the place where she's going to be at. So I needed to make sure that I finished getting all my ducks in a row with her. All right, brake fans on auto. Hydraulics. Turn all the heaters on. Those are on. Engine air is off right now. Turn TMS on. Emergency lights not armed. That's interesting. Could have sworn we armed them. Alright, let's set you to takeoff mode. Oh yeah, that's correct. Oh, there's an airplane going right through us. Logo lights. Here we go. These lights need to be armed. Alright, let's set our transponder. Exit lights on. Newark ground, United 615 Alpha Whiskey, requesting taxi clearance to runway 22 right.
United 5 Alpha Whiskey, runway 22 right, taxi via Romeo, Kilo, Yankee, Romeo, hold short of runway 29er, then Zulu.
Copy that, runway 22 right, taxi via Romeo, Kilo, Yankee, Romeo, hold short of runway 29, then Zulu. United 615 Alpha Whiskey. Alright, let's put our flaps down. Take off. And we need to come over here and click on this, I believe, because that sets our center of gravity. And I do want to my feet on the brakes here. I want to take our brake off here. And check our configuration. Excellent. So that means that we are all set for takeoff based on these configurations. So let's go ahead and taxi out. Oh shit, we still have chocks on. How the fuck does that happen? Don't tell me I have to walk outside and take the chocks off. These should be already done. You know what? That's probably why we weren't able to be pushed back. We still had them chocks on. That's why you didn't push us back earlier, motherfucker. You should have told me. You should have told me. Somebody should have said something to me. Somebody should have said something to Greg. They should have said, Greg! Greg! You're a moron. You gotta remove the chocks, Greg. You gotta do it. I would have been like, oh yeah! Fucking chocks. No wonder. Alright, let's go. That would explain why he couldn't push us back. We make it like real time outside.
Cabin attendants, armed doors, and cross-check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard United Airlines Flight 5220, heading to Washington Reagan National. Our frequent flyers. Please ensure your seatbelts are fastened, adjust and unfastened by lifting the button. Remember, the seatbelt must be fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. We ask that you return your seat backs and tray tables to the upright position and open your window blinds for takeoff and landing. Mobile phones and electronic devices must be set to flight mode, and larger devices such as laptops should be securely stowed during takeoff and landing.
Looks pretty good on the inside for being 2024.
Anywhere on board, including the lavatories.
Usually 2024 is super bright on the inside.
Oxygen masks will drop automatically. Hold the mask firmly, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat or between the seat. To use, pull it out, place it over your head, and fasten it. Inflate it only after leaving the aircraft. Special life vests for children are available. Floor level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, which is clearly marked. Please note the number and location of exit. The nearest exit may be behind you. In case of evacuation, please leave all personal belongings behind and follow all safety instructions from the crew immediately. If any electronic device...
Hear the birds chirping? We gotta turn that off.
Please inform the crew member right away. For further details, please refer to the safety information card located in your seat pocket. Thank you.
Shouldn't be. Come on, EcoFly or EcoScape. We shouldn't be hearing birds chirping in the cabin here. Man, Just Flight did a good job with this airplane. This is such a nice airplane. Yeah, it looks good at nighttime. All right, let's go ahead and make it. We'll do like an early morning-ish takeoff, I guess.
United 5 Alpha Whiskey, contact tower on 118.3, take care.
Copy that. Contact tower on 118.3, United 615 Alpha Whiskey. Now, if there seems like there's a little more traffic around than maybe usual, I do have the traffic injector on right now from FSTLL or whatever. I don't know what the name of the acronym is. What is it? FTSTL or something like that. Alright, let's just pretend we put our strobe lights on. Here, we'll just actually do it. I turned off the co-pilot. Did I turn that off? These little dots on the ground, that's from Sayintentions. I was going to get Track IR, but I wound up not being able to afford it this week. I wound up having to buy my daughter a bunch of clothes. Not complaining, just stating facts. Newark Tower, United 615 Alpha Whiskey, holding short runway 22 right, ready for departure.
United 615 Alpha Whiskey, Newark Liberty International Airport Tower. Runway 22 right, wind 250 at 12. Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Hey, man. Hey, man. Man. That's all I just say, man. Damn. Alright, we already did all that. Oh yeah, lights and all that. Okay, that all looks good. And then after takeoff, just APU air off. Sync APU air off, and then engine air on. Engine air on. Packs on. Engine air. Okay, APU air is off, but the packs stay on. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so APU air goes off. All right, I think we are ready to go. All right, let's roll. All right, let's go.
TMS sets takeoff. Power set flex achieved. Speed alive both sides. knots cross checked. V1, rotate. V2. Positive rate of climb, gear up.
Descend, descend, descend.
Contact 127.6, United 615. Who do they say we need to contact again? Departure United 615 Alpha Whiskey, currently climbing through 4,000 feet for flight level 160. Good morning or good afternoon.
United 615 Alpha Whiskey, New York Liberty approach, radar contact. Turn left heading 250, vectors to BIGGY, then as filed.
What is going on with their autopilot?
United 615 Alpha Whiskey, New York Liberty approach, direct BIGGY, then as filed, please.
Hey, Eric, will you handle the comms for a little bit?
I'll take over the comms for now, Greg.
Yeah, I think we're okay now.
United 5 Alpha Whiskey, climb and maintain 16,000.
Trying to maintain 16,000, United 615 Alpha Whiskey.
Okay, so we should be good there. Let's see what we do after takeoff. Engine anti-ice, brake fans on, heaters on, APU, TMS, transponder. Oh, that's after start. Flaps up, engine air on, APU air off, packs are on, altimeters, ACU pump off, brake fans off, APU off. Okay. Very good.
Dear guests, the laboratories are now available for use. You may also use your approved electronic devices in flight mode. Cabin service will begin shortly. Thank you for your attention.
All right, we are in the air. Not a bad takeoff. That was pretty decent. Got about an hour trip to DCA. We put on some DSP. Do we watch something? Arm that altitude. We did slow our climb a little bit. I pulled back the thrusters a bit. bad little map.
United 5 Alpha Whiskey, contact Philadelphia, approach on 123.8.
Switching to Philadelphia, approach on 123.8, United 615 Alpha Whiskey. Philadelphia, approach United 615 Alpha Whiskey. Morning, climbing through 15,000 to 16,000.
United 615 Alpha Whiskey, Philadelphia approach, climb and maintain 16,000. Terrace 434 Bravo Zulu, Philadelphia approach, radar contact. Climb and maintain 7,000, turn right heading 035, vector 2 yards, set as filed.
Climb and maintain 16,000, United 615 Alpha Whiskey.
Climb maintain 7,000, turn right heading 035, vector 2 yards, set as filed.
Alright, so we are pretty much at altitude. Altitude's on. Now there's no auto throttle. We just need to keep this around 250. We have this booklet that comes with this airplane too. I didn't pull it out yet, but let me whip this thing out. See? Ambient temperature, reduced thrust rating, like
We have some popular items of including refreshing beverages and a selection of snacks. After
so you have this little chart that comes with it. And here we are, climb profile, cruise summary, the intermediate cruise, 146,300's VMO divided by 0.67 IMM. So that I usually stay around 230, 250, somewhere in that area. But that's a nice little chart. I like that. I like this little deal that comes with it. Now, the only thing we really need to do for descent, if I remember right, PTU goes on during descent, reset pressurization, and then on approach we turn the APU on, and then on final we put the APU air back on and turn the engine air off. Not a cloud in the sky today. That is really strange.
United 5 Alpha Whiskey, contact New York Center on 134.6.
We must have just hit Biggie. That's why we're turning.
United 615 Alpha Whiskey.
Wonder what sort of
New York Center, United 615 Alpha Whiskey, morning, maintaining 16,000 feet.
oh, this is so cool. Thank you, Flo, for coming out.
Alpha Whiskey, New York Center, good morning, Solbury, altimeter 3030.
Oh yeah, we got to adjust the altimeter again.
030, United 615 Alpha Whiskey.
I like number 5. That's pretty cool. Look at all these. Good lord, 27 different camera angles. That is crazy, Just Flight. It's awesome. I don't know where I'd use them all, but that's pretty cool. Okay, so those are the interior ones. I'll tell you, I think number 5 was my favorite so far. Yeah, I like that one. Wow, 3034 is their pressure. That's crazy. Alright, let me see what we're dealing with here as far as altitude for approach. Let's see here. So Katrin is 2,500. Baltimore is 10,000. Clipper is 12,000. Oh, very good. They put that in there. Nice. Very good. Alright, what is our decision height today? 200. That's in there already. We have 109.9. Heading of 007. I always set, not always, but most of the time, I set both sides for the same thing when it comes to ILS landings, especially in these older planes. Like in the F-28, the Fokker F-28, you can't, you have to have them together, you know, in sync. Otherwise, you won't be able to do the landing, the ILS landing. So anyway, so that's your, you know, little booklet you can look at. I'm gonna have to put it away for now. That's interesting. It stays on the page that you were on. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool, actually. Wish GSX would start really working on the simulator. GSX is pretty dope when it's, you know, when it's working properly. Finally, the weather shows up. Thank you, Microsoft Simulator, for finally coming to the party. What in the actual fuck? I knew it didn't look like that in real life. Like, I live not too far from here. I'm like, where the fuck are all the clouds? Alright, let's see if the icing indicators come on now. Now that we have some actual clouds. And I made my own gravy today, man. It was an accident, but I made it. I went to the grocery store today, bought these eye-round steaks. It's cheap. It was like 6 of them were like $10. It's just a piece of eye-round that was cut up. But I minced up like 6 cloves of garlic. I always start with garlic pretty much when I cook anything. Garlic's good for the heart. And I sauteed that, then I put the steaks in, but the steaks, I seared them with the fat side down first to get the fat to start melting and creating like some juice. Then I put some soy sauce in there and Worcestershire sauce, and then cook the steaks. Salt, pepper, garlic, Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce. That's how I cook the steaks, and they're thin. They only took like 3 or 4 minutes to cook. You know, even that might have been a minute too long. But yeah, I did that, and then I took the steaks out. I put some flour in the pan and a little bit of water, and just mixed that shit up until all the flour was cooked. And I tasted it afterwards, like, God damn, this is some good shit. Yeah, I like this. I've been doing Weight Watchers for a few months now. I like Weight Watchers, man. I still eat a lot of. I eat actually better now than before. Now that I'm like conscious of like everything I'm eating, I've been eating a lot more like chicken and steaks. I eat like 1 or 2 apples every day. I eat like a banana every day. I eat part of a cucumber every day. Like I've been like very conscious on. I eat these health burritos where it's got cabbage in it. It's got bok choy, usually leeks, eggs, carrots, a bunch of spices because I like it spicy. And then I put black beans in it as well. And I cook all that. I usually make that once a week or sometimes twice a week. Now those burritos I'll usually eat for lunch or for breakfast because I have 42 or 43 points I can use every day. And one of those burritos, the way I make it, it's like 2 points. So it's almost like a free food. So I want to eat all the fibrous, good food with vitamins and nutrients that I can during the day, because at nighttime, when I attack that bag of spicy nacho Doritos, I want to make sure I got plenty of points left so I can I can take care of them Doritos. That's one vice of mine I have not been able to let go yet, man. I needs to have some spicy nacho Doritos in my life. I'm gonna let Cartman pretty much take care of the comms. It's a pain in the ass in this airplane, really, because I can't just hit the button like I usually do. I have to flip the switch, and it's very tough sometimes to get down there and do that when you're trying to fly. Like, it was hard enough just to set the AP air and the packs. If I had track IR, I could just kind of look up and just click, click, click. Well, I don't have track IR. And I probably went for a few more weeks. Yeah, I had to wound up, like I said, I had to buy my daughter a bunch of clothes. This facility, this residential thing she's going into, I just found out today what I needed to bring for, and it was like 7 days worth of clothes, 7 days, you know, all this and that. So I just went on Walmart's website and just was like, click, 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 click. I got her some good shit. I think she'll like the clothes that I got her. I did a pretty good job. I know she'll enjoy a couple of the shirts that I got for her. I just hope that everything was like in the right kind of size. You know, she does need like winter clothes and winter jacket. So I may just have to, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do for that. I may wind up ordering it on Amazon. But I need to have everything by like Friday, because Friday's supposed to be the day she goes in that place. And I may have to run down there when I get off of work, which is going to be such a... Boy, that drive on a Friday night going from where I live down to Rockville, Maryland on a weekend night. Oh bueno. I'd rather just send it FedEx. Is there an option where I can just FedEx the clothes, or teleportation device or something? Yeah, we're over Maryland, Cecil County. We have just under 6 miles to our next waypoint. Oh, I like that it has our ground speed here. Remember, 3% glide slope is 5 times the ground speed. So we have 27. 27 times 5 is probably close to 1,400. So we're probably going to be at a 1,400, angle of attack, minus 1,400 feet per minute. That's roughly going to be 3%. Remember, we learned that on the IFR, or the navigation training. Ooh, is that ice? Shit. My bad, airplane. Couldn't tell. Not like that black square, that TBM, man. That thing got real icy and crispy, didn't that thing? Boy, that thing got icy and crispy yesterday. All kinds of icicles on that thing. Dude, I had so much ice on my car today. Oh my god. Oh my god. So I had to get emissions done for Maryland today. I think I said this in the beginning. So but when I went out today to start up my car, we had some snow and some ice yesterday. Well, I didn't really care yesterday because I wasn't planning on going anywhere. I tried to clean it off a little bit. But boy, when I got into the car today and I got it started, man, that ice was like almost an inch thick today, boy, on part of that glass. Woo. Oh lordy, child. What you know about them ices? Oh, that dumb old ice on the car. What else can I use besides Cartman? Let's give Chad Skybro the
United 5 Alpha Whiskey, cleared CLIPR3 into Reagan. Whenever you'd like, descend and maintain 12000. Altimeter 3030.
Cleared CLIPR3 into Reagan, descend and maintain 12000. Altimeter 3030. United 615 Alpha Whiskey.
Hey, ice detected again. All right, I'll put it back on. Now, when I was adjusting the VS, I was using this right here. This pitch up and pitch down. That's what I was using to adjust that.
United 5 Alpha Whiskey, descend and maintain 9,000.
Descending and maintaining 9,000. United 615 Alpha Whiskey.
Okay, 9,000. We have a nice descent going on.
Seatbelt signs have been switched on. Please enhance your seat and fasten seatbelt.
We're pretty much at Clipper on time at 12,000 feet. We're pretty damn close to it.
United 5 Alpha Whiskey, descend and maintain 6,000.
Descend and maintain 6,000. United 615 Alpha Whiskey.
Sound like somebody drinking something behind me or something like that. I just swear I just heard something in my ear. Damn. Alright, ice detected again. Alright, we'll just leave it on. Let me make sure we have the right frequencies in here. I know we have it up top there, but I just want to make sure it's okay. Very interesting. Look at that. It's got the frequencies in here, 109.9. Look at that. That is cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now on our final approach to
Very cool.
Washington. At this time, please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Kindly put your tray tables away and ensure your seats are in an upright position. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened. The weather in Washington is not pleasant, so we should have a smooth landing.
Hey, there's
Our
BWI.
assigned gate is Long Bay Meeting. Thank you for your cooperation.
There's my home airport right there. Fort McHenry. This is the bridge deck I'd taken out last year by that tanker or whatever. And then Oriole Park at Camden Yards is right here. Raven Stadium is right, should be right over here somewhere. Maybe that's not Raven. Hang on. No, I got it wrong. We're a little far away. Oh no, that's it. That's right. Here's Raven Stadium right here. Oriole Park is over here. Cat! We're supposed to have meaningful conversation, Cat. 3032 is the navigaph pressure. We're going to go with that instead. Tipton, that's a little airport in Annapolis, Maryland. It's got to be a pretty arrival to come around on. The different bridges, and I don't know, man. I think being a pilot would be like the most amazing thing ever.
United 5 Alpha Whiskey, turn left heading 185, vectors for the ILS, runway 1 approach.
Left heading 185, vectors for ILS, runway 1 approach. United 615 Alpha Whiskey.
So let's go ahead and switch out of RNAV now into regular nav. On both sides. Alright, that's pretty close to 185. Okay, 123 is our V speed. Fasten seatbelts, APU, we'll turn that on shortly. Alright, brake fans on auto. We could turn to, I guess we can turn to APU. Well, now we'll wait till we're on approach. Lee Airport, that's another airport on the western shores of the east coast of Maryland. The ground looks really good today. Alright, gonna keep vectoring us.
United 5 Alpha Whiskey, turn right heading 210.
Traffic. Traffic.
Turning right heading 210.
Clear
United
of
615 Alpha
conflict.
Whiskey.
Descend. Descend. Descend.
Andrews Air Force Base. There's another airplane right there. That must have been the one they were just shouting out to us. I don't think I've ever landed at Reagan Airport before. Maybe once, maybe. Deal, Maryland is so pretty. That southern part of Maryland now, oh my god, that is like God's country down there. I would love to live down there. You gonna have us go down any more in altitude there, buddy? Because our airplane's probably gonna start showing up on this map here pretty soon. We need to get down to 2,500 feet. There's more
Clear
traffic.
of conflict.
That's weird. Like these little, like, spots. Excuse me. Yep, I can't wait to eat up my baked potato. I eat a lot of baked potatoes too. That's one of the things you can eat on the Weight Watchers with no problems. Baked potato, my God. They're so easy to make too. Just rub a little oil on it.
Traffic.
Rub a little oil on it and put it in the oven for 350 minutes. 350 degrees. Poke a couple of holes in it. Not deep holes. It doesn't have to go through. Just poke a couple of holes. And then as soon as the potato gets to an internal temperature of like 200 degrees, 205 degrees, that is the perfect baked potato.
Traffic.
I've tried baking it with onions and I've tried baking it with garlic. I like using the jalapeno ketchup from Heinz. I like that. And then Rayo's makes this arrabbiata. Arrabbiata ketchup, which is bombing.
Descend. Descend. Descend.
I know, guys. I know. We should. But the air traffic control's not helping us. He just left us out here to die. Hopefully some of the clothes I ordered for my daughter will show up tonight on time, and then the rest hopefully will be here on Wednesday. Yeah, as a parent, sometimes you have to make decisions that you know is the right thing to do.
Clear of conflict.
Turning left heading 185, United 615 Alpha Whiskey.
But no matter how much they may beg and plead, and if you know it's the right thing to do, you got to hold your ground. Don't give in. That's what I did, and I am so sad about it. It's killing me. I didn't like kick her out of the house or anything. I've been trying to get her into a program for a very long time, and I finally got her into it. And I don't want her home before she goes there, because I have a feeling if I let her stay home, she's not gonna go. And that's my biggest fear. I've been working almost 7 years to get her into this program. Single parent, full custody. I had full custody of her for almost 10 years now. And 9 years really. But yeah, sometimes as a parent you just got to go with your gut and just stick with it, and no matter how difficult it is.
Traffic.
United 5 Alpha Whiskey, turn right heading 285.
Right heading 285, United 615 Alpha Whiskey.
Alright, we're getting ready to start turning up the line up.
United 5 Alpha Whiskey, proceed direct Catherine. Cleared for the ILS runway 1 approach.
Proceeding direct Catherine. Cleared for the ILS runway 1 approach. United 615 Alpha Whiskey.
Or if we're going direct to Cabdi, that's
Clear of conflict.
We already missed Cab D, buddy. Oh, Katrin. Oh, that's what they said, Katrin. I couldn't understand what they said. Alright, I think... Oh, shit. We need to head more northwest. Sorry, folks. Sorry, folks. Sorry for the turns and shit. Now, see, Katrin, we should be at 2,500. So, I mean, like, are you gonna have us descend? I mean, I'm gonna start descending. Arm that altitude. The APU back on. Just go VS.
Traffic.
Let's turn on nav.
Localizer armed.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing.
Understood, Captain.
Cabin is
Taking
secure.
my seat for landing.
Clear of conflict.
Alright, AC pump on, that's already on. Gear down. And then APU air on, engine air off.
Right slope armed. Right slope captured. Established on the ILS.
United 5 Alpha Whiskey, contact Reagan Tower on 119.1.
Switching to Reagan Tower on 119.1. United 615 Alpha Whiskey.
Okay, gear is...
Reagan Tower, United 615 Alpha Whiskey Morning. We're established on the ILS approach for runway 1.
Oh shit. We don't have a... Oh, there it goes.
Whiskey Reagan Tower, roger. Continue approach runway 1. United 615 Alpha Whiskey Reagan Tower with 2906, runway 1 cleared to land.
Runway 1, clear to land. United 615 Alpha Whiskey.
Traffic. Traffic.
Flaps full. 1,600 feet.
Autopilot disconnected.
High control. This is a pretty cool approach over the, I think this is the Potomac right here.
Slide slope.
We gotta do it this way if we're gonna try to get a soft landing. We gotta come in almost stalled out. That's how we get them soft numbers.
50, 40, 30, 20. 10.
Ground idle. Brake pressure seen. knots. Yellow and green spoilers. 60 knots.
United 5 Alpha Whiskey, contact ground on 121.7.
Approaching the ground on 121.7, United 615 Alpha Whiskey. Reagan ground, United 615 Alpha Whiskey. Good morning, we are clear of the runway and ready to taxi to the gate.
United 615 Alpha Whiskey, Reagan ground, taxi to hold bay 19er via Juliet, November Sierra. Have a good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
Hold bay 19er via Juliet, November Sierra. United 615 Alpha Whiskey.
the largest library in the world, the Library of Congress. Thank you for flying with United Airlines. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position. On behalf of Captain Greg, First Officer Knock Duck Dog, and the entire crew, we wish you a pleasant stay in the city. The local time is now 9:18 a.m. If you have a connecting flight, please take note of the following. Flight 235 to Chicago, departing at 10:15 Gate A. Thank you.
Flight sim, whatever the traffic injector is, they do a pretty good job. Oh, see, he did what I did. He riding up on the grass too. That's just how that's how we do it. That's how we do it in this area. All right, let's oh shit. Oh, I just put the parking brake on, no wonder. Want the little guy with the sticks. I see him right over there, but I want one in front of me. Oh, there we go. Parking brake on. All right, let me stop saying intentions, and then we'll turn this bitch off. Okay, so that's all good. Light director's off. Lights and strobes. TMS should be off already. Yep. All right, let's turn the radar off. Transponder set to TA. Engine anti-ice off. Continuous A and B off. Okay, shut down. Parking brake is on. Taxi lights are off. Pressurization is good. All right, hydraulics off. Generators 1 and 2 off. Thrust lever.
Cabin crew, doors to manual and test check.
Begin our deboarding. Okay, fasten seatbelt sign off. Brake fans, we can turn them off. Fuel pumps off, except for the one running the APU, which is the left inner one. Heaters, let's turn all those off. Ice detect off. Beacon light off. Transponder off. Leaving the aircraft. Okay. Oxygen off. Master switches off. Anti-skid off. Cabin emergency lights off. Pack and APU air off. Turn off the APUs and the APU overspeed button. Okay. Turn off the APUs and the ground test button. Interesting. Probably should have waited until it got all the way down to 0, but it's all right. All right, APU generator off. Fuel pumps all off. Okay, AC and DC bus tie off. Standby inverter off. Galley and shed light. Should be on shed. Turn off all remaining exterior internal lights. Okay. Alright, and batteries 1 and 2 off. Oh, here's the ground testing. That meant the menu from the beginning of the... Very cool. Well, you know what? What are you doing? I'm turning the airplane off. We just landed. We just buttered ourselves a landing here at Reagan. There's the Bay 146 is now native to 2024, so we were trying that out. I think I'm gonna do one more little trip here. Let me just see how flying the UFO is with the setup here. Let me just check this out. Let me look at the Quasar real quick. But yeah, I've been waiting for about 2 weeks for this update to come out now on the store here. It came out on Just Flight's website for the Bay 146, but it just launched today on the actual marketplace here, so I've been waiting for that. All right, we'll leave the NASA livery today. Let's go Alright, start at Reno. Let's try this UFO out with the flight stick. I mean, with the setup here. I haven't tried it with this setup yet. Last time I used the thumbstick, the Xbox controller. Give it a second to marinate. Alright, let's turn this bitch on. Let's see what kind of cargo options we have here. Short range, like under 1,000 miles. Colony of Smurfs. Ender Dragon Egg. Cogsworth RA. Secret Tech Rabbit's Foot. Yehuda Hunting Gear. All right, let's load this and see what it is. I don't even know where KSCK is. Like K-Suck. That's it. Only 120 miles. We'll get there in like that. Some airports could be missing from your simulator. Can't find it. Okay, well that makes sense. All right, well, where are we at here? See what airport we're at here. ARTS. Okay. All right, EFB, RFB. Let's remove everything. Breaker switches. Make sure they're all in. Batteries, let's push those on.
Current detected. Circuits humming. Let's give gravity a bad day.
Have lights on. Nuclear links on. Avionics master on. It's dope as fuck, man. Computer volume. Test buttons. Press aircraft tests and wait until a button says OK. What does that say? Epic flight model by... Oh, that's cool. Little Easter egg here, I guess. Alright, tests are almost done. I'm probably not going to do this whole mission. I just want to see how flying with it is. Okay, so that's okay. Fuel system, switches. Okay, all the fuel switches look okay. Let's put fuel in our plane here. We'll do 100%. All right, right OLD switches. We just did that test. SOLE switch off. Okay, hydrogen electrolyzers. Let's turn those on. Dual valves on. MFD buttons. All right, start up. All right, beacon lights on. APU master. Press until it says on. Okay. Oh, I probably have to turn these actual tank buttons on. All right, let's try it now. Yep. That is good. All right, seat and ladder. Let's secure that. Parking brake is set. All right, engine 1 master. Let's turn that on. Oh, look, the seat just moved up. That was pretty dope. While that's starting up, let's work on our flight plan here. Aren't we at KRTC? Oh, RTS. Engine number 4. ASCK. Alright, fuselage light on. Canopy closed. Okay, yep, that works. Master warning acknowledged. Okay. Alright, that all looks good. Alright, taxi. Anti-ice controls, cabin pressurization, set to auto. Climate control, auto ailerons are on. A HUD. Okay, HUD is up. Alright, taxi lights on. Turn off the parking brake. In 1 second. Let me make sure we have everything set for throttle axis. Okay, so that'll do all the throttles at one time. Okay. I mean, we really could just take off right here. I really wanted to. I guess we could. Pretty cool. The engines turn instead of it being rudders, and there's no flaps either on this thing, but the engines turn. That's pretty dope. I like that. Flying Fries doing it again. Making another banger for like 20 bucks. I think this thing, I don't know if I like it more than the Scrapyard Monster at this point, but this thing is definitely dope as hell. What a cool idea. You know, everybody's making, you know, all kinds of old airplanes and helicopters and Stranger Things, which hasn't been relevant in like a decade at this point. Flying Fries comes out of left field with a banger. The Quasar for 25 bucks, man. It is dope as hell, man. You can go into outer space with this thing on 2024, which we did last time. Well, using the toe brakes really helps turn this thing, that's for sure. Let's get the strobe lights on. Let's turn on engine number 2 and 3. parking brake back on. Engine number 3. I gotta take a leak so bad, man. I can't wait to finish this flight. Oh my god. All right, we look good. Let's take off. I'll take the headphones off in a moment. There we go. I think there's an afterburner button too. Probably needed a longer runway because it should be 300 knots that we take off on. All right, landing gear up. This thing looks really cool at nighttime. We'll have to turn the lights off in a minute here. And this thing, if you fly it in the sun, in sunlight, it'll never run out of fuel. Very cool. Well, I'm gonna be done with this now. I just wanted to try it, see how it flew. It flies pretty good with this. I think it's more fun with the controller. But that's about it for the show tonight, man. I got shit to do. I got to eat dinner. I got to get ready for work tomorrow, man. I got stuff to do, man. I'm busy. I'm busy being an old man. Isn't that fun being an old man? It's so much fun being an old man. Oh my god. All right, I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. I got to finish building that V8 engine. Plus, I still have the Super 27. I'm still holding on to that flight. I haven't flown that yet, so maybe we'll fly that tomorrow. I got to put this puppy away so I can get ready for work tomorrow. That's about it, my friends. See you next time on the AX3 show. See ya.